Why, hello. It's me, Old Man Jenkins. So this week I wanted to try and approach the weekly riff a little different rather than just making something out of nowhere, just thoughts or noises or chaos. I decided to kind of return to some of my influences, and one of, if not probably the original influence guitar-wise for me, happened to be these guys right behind you. Me, you, I, we, them. System of a Down. So this is just my attempt to write something that I feel would fit the vibe of like that Toxicity era, even like the Steal This album kind of vibe. So in approaching this, System of a Down riffs, they can sound kind of simple at first, but when you dig into it, there's a little bit more trickery going on. It's not necessarily like super complicated prog rock, but it's not necessarily a walk in the park either. I guess you could say that they're really unhinged in this like controlled way, if that makes any sense. So the rhythms are pretty jumpy. There's always a lot of energy going on. There's chugs, but it's not just strictly chugs. It's sort of the bouncing movement of it all. Some could say syncopation, this, that, or other technical terms, but really just that jumpy, almost playful energy, right? Though, Darren, their guitarist, can get really creative and very technical when it comes down to it, just to honor his intentions. I think just something a little more rock and roll, a little more messy, a little more all over the place is kind of the vibe. It's a mix of heavy but somehow really quirky and playful, which is I really love that sort of juxtaposition to it all. That's it. Oh, that's it. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to riff things out and trying to get heavy and chuggy and all this kinds of crazy, and it was really just trying to make it weird, back into that playful thing or even awkward kind of riffage. I was really just trying to almost have it like the riff is arguing with itself. And there was a part of me that wanted to get really like producer-minded over the riff. And then when it comes down to it, it's just like, no, I wanted to have fun. I wanted to sort of lean into what, teenage me would have aspired towards, which were just those chaotic, weird, rhythmic, jumpy, playful, messy riffs. And you don't have to overthink it. It's just rock and roll, baby. It's just rock and roll.